Everyone wants to stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, like the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we post videos, tap the bell. We go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. And if you want to join the UVH fam, our community, links are below in the description to our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook. If you are here, I know we were chatting up already. Say what up. Right now, S&Ps are up 19, Dow's up 252. Nasdaq up 15. I mean, this is insanity. I mean, we're going up like 200 points a day on the Dow. I mean, crazy. What's that? Yeah, we're almost 26. We're almost 26,000 on the Dow. Let's go on Hank Mason, Faiz, Adele. How we doing? I like to go over NAO, say CIEN, ESTC. All right, let's look at those couple quick, real quick. We got some things on deck. I got some earning plays. CIEN. So one of these guys have earnings. These guys have earnings on the 4th. So Sienna. I mean, it's just. I mean, we've pretty much, Hank. We've pretty much been seeing this from, you know, most stocks. I mean, Zoom, Netflix, everyone before earnings. I mean, pretty much did the same thing here. I mean, it was just crazy. I mean, it's just ripped up way before earnings, and now it's just kind of settling in. You know, what's IV? IV's at 109%. So, I mean, probably would want to sell a little bit of premium in there. Yo, Bill, what's going on? Michael, Lion, Tobin, we doing? Is the stream choppy for you guys? I gotta fix my setup here. Let me know in the chat. Let me know if the stream is choppy. K&D. What was the other one you said, Hank? ESTC. ESTC. Yeah, I mean ESTC. Does this one have earnings too? Yeah, June 4th as well. So tomorrow. Yeah, ESTC. I mean, this has been ripping hard as well. I mean, pretty much the same story. However, I mean, this one's not at 52-week high. This one's coming up on resistance. So I would be, you know, there's some pretty good resistance around 95, 99 area, 98. So just be mindful if you're trading to the upside. Maybe I don't know what the premium's coming in at. Premium is relatively cheap right now, so you would just want to be careful with it, but just know that the upside may be limited onto a stock like this. I'm not choppy. Okay. NIO as well. So some NIO, I mean, had really good earnings, ripping up right now. Also, Tesla's ripping up might be helping it. I mean, I know they only have NIO only has like a $5 billion market cap. But I would just be, what is it at now? It's 508 this morning, so it's currently at 508. So it's coming up on here. One thing that you'd want to be careful of is like the rejection here. Like you can see it made a high here, made a high here, made a high here, and you can see that this has happened in the past, these huge spike ups. However, this looks a lot different on the way up here on the climb than it does over here, because this is extremely, there's a lot of volatility in here. So, you know, if it can clear, you know, the 520, 550 area, the problem, the one thing that I don't like about this is it's doing it like all at once. So it's going from 4 to 5, you know, in just a matter of days. And you can see here the pops. You know, when it rises slow, it tends to stick, but when it rips up pretty fast, it doesn't seem to stick. So, you know, I know it's recovering right now based from, you know, this is based on the pandemic selling off, and then it had earnings stabilize. So it didn't actually do that bad, but just be mindful. Just be mindful that strong pops on NAO most likely sold, so you'll probably catch a better deal. But if you get a little FOMO, just make sure you plan your exits in your entries. You know. Yo, what's going on, Billy? Okay. Now we're going to look at a couple more stocks. I'm going to go through my earnings trades here real quick. One thing that came through that I found interesting, private payrolls today came through. The ADP payrolls came through, declined 2.76 million in May. much smaller drop than feared. And, obviously the market's going up. The total comes on top of a plunge of 19.6 million in April. Economics have been looking for a decline of 8.75 million. So the good news is I think a lot had to do. 2.76 million is a ton still. It's a lot. But I think one of the things that kind of helped it out was a lot of businesses got the PPP loan, and they kind of want to hold on. So for just businesses, I don't think they were hiring anybody, but they had to maintain the numbers for the PPP loan, and so far that's still going to be in effect up until I think till next month or so. So we'll see what happens when they no longer have to meet the requirements for the loan forgiveness for the PPP loan, and then I think that'll get a little bit interesting. But 2.76 million is a lot. However, is a lot lower than 8.75 million, which is a ton as well. April was at 19.6 million. May was in 2.76 million. So that's a pretty good sized plunge versus going from 19.6 million and then moving upwards to like 30 million, or even having something similar to like a 19 million drop in payrolls. So I think that's overall good. It's still a lot, but I think that if those numbers are coming down, I think that'll be good. Get paid. Zoom. So Zoom revenue. Basically they had a blowout earnings, and there's probably people all over the internet like saying they had a blowout earnings. I don't understand why the stock's not going up. I don't understand why the stock's not doing better. I don't know why. Listen. If you didn't capture the gains, like if you just got into Zoom just to go right before earnings and you didn't capture the move even from 150 or 130, that's on you. If you just bought the stock the day of earnings and expecting it to go up, and this thing's been ripping. We all have the same data. We can look at this chart and be like, hey, this stock has been ripping hard, right? The stock has been ripping hard. And that, and look at past stocks. Netflix ripped hard before earnings. All these stocks were flat. They had good earnings, but they're relatively flat. This is literally up like 60 cents right now. This is literally up like 60 cents right now on Zoom. Just crazy. So, but their revenues grew 169%. Their company significantly increased guidance, so guidance is going to be good. So I think, in my opinion, this is my opinion, of course, for entertainment purposes only, not investment advice. My opinion is the dips are going to be bought on Zoom. So if this has a rough day, kind of like a DKNG, something like that, if this has a rough day, goes down 5-10% or something, the dips are going to be bought. The dips are going to be bought because, and the reason why I say that is because the company increased guidance significantly for the rest of the year. We're in a year when most companies have withdrawn guidance, and Zoom has increased their guidance. Like most companies we're trading right now, they have no idea what they're going to be doing this year. They have no idea what guidance is. They don't know what's going on, but Zoom does. Zoom says, hey, this is going to be our guidance. So I would just be mindful of that. So Needham analyst Richard Valera called the results incredible and appearance at CNBC. Never have I seen something of that magnitude in my 20 years of covering technology. So I think the dips are going to be bought. If you're shorting, be careful. Just be careful. I know a lot of people are like, I'm going to short this because it goes up. Like, you can't just short a stock just because it goes up. You can't do it. Can you trade options pre-market? No, you cannot. Unless you're trading options on futures. Then yes. If you're trading futures options, yes. So, looking at my trade right now on Zoom, at the close was down like $10 on it. I'm going to be up a little bit. Hopefully implied volatility comes down a little bit. Implied volatility yesterday was like 180%. So if we're looking at, you know, kind of the analysis here, now this is not 100% right, but if we zoom in, let me just bring implied volatility down to like 120% or something like that. So we'll just go like now this analysis I found to be wrong a little bit. So we bring this down a little bit. So at open, if it opens up around here, says I'm going to be making around like $500. We'll see how true this is, because it's at 207 right now. So at 207, I'll be selling premium like $507 or so. You know, right now what my position looks like, I sold the at the money 210 strikes on the call and the put side, and then I had 30 strike wide wings. So Yo, Oliver, what's going on? Today I become a millionaire. Congrats, man. Congrats. Happy for you. Happy for you. So that's my current Zoom position. I also did get on DKNG yesterday, down a couple bucks on it. I did put a debit spread on for July. So DKNG held up pretty nicely. I mean, it was only down like 20 bucks on it. I have a debit spread. I bought the 45 call and I sold the 60 call. So we'll kind of see what happens here with DKNG, but it's kind of stabilizing. I bought the dip. I did. But if we get a couple of days, I could average down a little bit. So I'm not too concerned. I mean, we got 45 days on it, so we'll see what happens. Yo, what's going on, Daniel? Problem with increased volatility, everybody trying to get rich quick and not do your due diligence. Yeah, I mean, options trading, sure, you could get rich quick if you're already rich. All right? If you're not rich, it's going to be a grind just like anything else, you know? Just like anything else. Ooh, mic shot. I'm trying to fix my setup. Here. I think I might get a new mic though. I've had this mic since the beginning, but we'll see what happens. I don't really like the videos where the people have like the mic in their face and they're like, you know, and then they're like So let's take a look at, yo, Ivan, if you're just joining, say what up. Jesse, if you guys could do me a favor, hit the like button. I definitely appreciate it. Jeez. Jeez. Ariana, jeez. DocuSign. So DocuSign does have earnings tomorrow. Today for earnings, I mean, nothing I'm like too excited about. You know, they have Cloudera, Tilly's, Fossil. Nothing I'm too excited about. I'm more interested in DocuSign, Slack, maybe Broadcom. We'll see. And I don't generally I trade maybe Broadcom once a year. It's not a stock I generally like to trade, but I don't know if you guys saw this yesterday, but Amazon plans to have a summer sale for June 22nd. Basically, they're trying to ramp up sales to ramp business back up. Amazon has been working to return its warehouse operations to normal after months of delivery delays and out-of-stock items. So Amazon's been struggling, but I mean, not that bad. But I mean, they don't have, like in my area, you used to be able to get same-day delivery. Can't get same-day delivery anymore. not that I'm complaining that I need same-day delivery, but I mean, it was a nice feature. Like, oh, I forgot I need this, and then you just click a button and it comes like in a couple hours. I mean, it was nice. It was nice, but so they're expecting it to last anywhere from 7 to 10 days long. However, to be able to pull off a sale, you need inventory, and they were out of stock on a lot of items. So we'll see what happens. I don't know how true this is. It says according to a document viewed by CNBC. Sorry, according to a document viewed by CNBC. So we don't know. We don't know what that means, but Amazon's probably pissed. You know, they're probably pissed that they ruined it for it. Can you become a millionaire trading options? Yes, if you're a billionaire. Well, you could be a millionaire. You could be a millionaire and make $1 million with it, and make $1 million with trading options. You could become a millionaire trading options if you don't. Well, it all depends, really. You could get, like, during the pandemic, if you went all in every single time and just shorted, you probably could have become a millionaire with a small amount of money during the pandemic when we were just crashing because of the options were so underpriced and you kept shorting it. You would have been okay. But who's going to go all in? The question is who's going to get. Some people did. I hear stories of people, like, they turn, $2,000 into $250,000, stuff like that. You could do that. But the thing is, those people are not going to keep the money in the long run. And like what we're doing here, like what I'm doing, is it's a long game. Like you every day you just kind of grind at it. There was one point in time I was making $20 a day, and I was happy about that. Then I was making $100 a day. Then we're making, today we could make $500 a day. We could make we had days we made $1,000 a day. It just kind of scales up that way. So you just gotta keep grinding. There's a day that you make $10. Yesterday I made $10 in realized gains, and that's what the market gave me. It's what it is. And some days are better than others, and some days are terrible. Some days you just want to not trade anymore, and then you're like, I have to. We can do this. I believe in myself. I believe that in my abilities. Just had a bad day. Walk away. Everyone has a bad day at their job, at their business, at their company. Why can't you have a bad day in the stock market? It's acceptable. So if you have a bad day, no worries. Step back. I think the main reason when it's hurtful is because, like, if you have a bad day at your job, it's because it was somebody did something else to you, right? Or something happened that you weren't happy about, and it was like emotional, and it was. However, when you have a bad day in the stock market, it's monetary loss. So if you have monetary loss, you're pissed. It took you a long time, a lot of hard work to make that money. Now, if somebody hurts your feelings, eventually you get over it. But then you look at your bank account the next day, or your portfolio the next day, that loss is still there, and you're like, then you're kind of just staring at that loss, and you're like, man, I'm pissed that loss is still there. Like if like someone hurts your feelings or something, you kind of get over it, you sleep on it, and you're fine the next day. But when you trade options or you're trading in the market, and especially when you have monetary loss, it kind of ratchets it up a lot. So people need to learn how to control that. And that comes with just experience, and also not trading like too big a size. Like, you don't want to be trading too big a size, so that, like, if you're trading like 80% of your portfolio, you lose that 80%, you come back tomorrow, you're going to have a very hard time getting that 80% back. Very, very hard time. Just started options this year. I made a lot of money during the crash and lost a lot of money after the crash because I had no clue what I was doing. I've had 4 green days in a row now, though. That's what it is, Derek. We got accountability. I feel like this is like, some like AA meetings. Like, yeah, I got lucky a lot of times. I had 14 red days in a row, but then I bounced back, cut the addiction, and here I am, 4 green days in a row. It's like, but that's what it is in options. Like, we have to stay accountable, and that's why I want to stay accountable to you guys. I think we should all stay accountable to each other. And like, a lot of people, what they do is when they have bad days, they go into hiding. They're like, I don't want to talk about it. No, you want to talk about it. Like, talking about it on YouTube and in the Discord and on Facebook has helped me overcome. Like, it's normal. Like, there's nothing to be ashamed about. Like, if you have losses, the thing is, you're like, I don't want people to make fun of me, and I don't want people to think that I'm stupid. Like, nobody thinks that. People are just like, if you post you're having a bad day in the stock market, or a bad week, or a bad month, I guarantee you in the Discord and on Facebook, they're gonna rally behind you and say, hey, let's get through this. What can we do what can we do to help? What can we do to get you back to the green? What are you doing wrong? Evaluate what you're doing wrong. Maybe I can see something that you're not seeing, and that's what this community is about. Well, yeah, I'm not talking about stock twits. I'm talking about the UVH fam. So, I guarantee all those people that rip you a new one on stock twits are not doing well. They're not doing well. The people, outside of options trading, the people that I've met that are doing well in life are not arrogant. They are helpful, and they are willing to be a mentor and lend a hand if you ask. The people that are arrogant that you meet in life and in business, from my experience, don't do as well as those that are helpful and less arrogant. I mean, sure, you could have a arrogant manager, but most business owners, if you have an arrogant business owner and you go to meet that other business owner and he's like a piece of trash from like business owner to business owner, you're gonna be like, man, you're complete garbage. I don't want to do business with you. I'm done. I'm out of here, you know? But the people that seem to do well are the people that are willing to help those around them. And that's really what this community focuses on. And I guarantee you, like, I don't think we could do it, but because there's no way that those people would share with us their P&Ls and their profit and loss and stuff like that. But if you lined up like the EVH fam versus like StockTwits, I guarantee, because of the people in there just alone, let alone skill, doesn't matter about skill, the people in there, I bet you they outperform StockTwits. I mean, I bet you they do, because the people on StockTwits are a bunch of emotional human beings that tear people apart and are arrogant. And, you know, like on Instagram, sure, like I was talking about yesterday, yeah, sure, I could rent a Ferrari and I could do all this stuff, right? And in real life, my life could be shambles. I could be a garbage trader, right? So why can't they? Why can't, you know? So there's no accountability for that. So, you know, I wouldn't take what people do on. That's why I don't go on StockTwits and all that stuff, because it's just like a toxic community. It's a toxic community. So you don't want that to impact your. You don't want that to impact your trades. You know, like, who wants to be called, like, if you log online, like if you logged on Facebook, and this happens like celebrities and people just call you stupid all day, what are you going to do? You're not going to log on there, right? So just don't. This is Options Traders AA version for sure. Listening and watching helps me evaluate my past performance and use what I've learned in my future trades to help me out of my bad trades. And yeah, I mean, like, I'm not above anybody. Like, I have bad days. You guys see me lose. You guys see me lose $1,000, $1,500. Like, I'll lose money, but I bounce back. That's what it's about. The bounce back. Last week I lost $1,600, but by the end of the week I bounced back. That's all it is. Like Big Sean, bounce back. They just want the clout. Yeah, I mean, everybody wants money, but nobody wants to work for it. So if you're here, I mean, I know the people that are watching this right now and the people in the UVH fam are willing to work for it, willing to fight for it, and that's what this is about. If there's money in to win, I'm in. If I paper traded before competitions, won a few. Yeah, you could do the Webull competitions. I did the Tastyworks. So I did the Tastyworks. So people that are doing the Tastyworks challenge, I'll give you a tip. I did the Tastyworks challenge. What was it, like 6 months ago or something like that? I did win. What you do is, so they give you $5,000 paper money for the Tastyworks challenge. They give you $5,000. I didn't activate that. I had the trading challenge. It asked me every day, like, hey, do you want to do the challenge? I said no. So they give you $5,000 and you have to make $250 within 2 days, but you can only buy stock. You can't trade options. If you could trade options, it'd be relatively easy, but you can only buy stock. So what did I do? And it wouldn't have worked last earnings, but the earnings that I did do is I took all $5,000 and I bought Netflix for earnings, and Netflix skyrocketed up 10%. I made, we made a lot of money, and they gave me my $250 for free. So what I suggest, I don't know if it's going to work this earnings, because so far this earnings has been relatively flat. There's been quite an enormous run. So it might have worked like if you did Zoom or DocuSign, like on a pre-earnings run. You might be able to do it for a pre-earnings run for a lot of these stocks. Activate your challenge for a pre-earnings run or for earnings. Pile all the $5,000 in there, and then get your $250. That was the best way I found that I could make that amount of money the easiest with the $5,000 that they give you. So if you guys are in the Tasty Works challenge, I bought J-Nug to get my 250. Nice. Go Chad Gaming. What's up with ZM? ZM's flat. I did sell some premium. If you guys didn't watch, I did sell some premium in there. So I'm looking. I sold the 210 strikes. What was the prize? You get $250 cold hard cash. So if you win the challenge, they send you $250 into your Tasty Works account. So the thing is with the $5,000 they give you, because you can only buy a stack, you have to pull, because you have to make 5% on that $5,000 in stock, which is not that easy. It was actually extremely hard to do when there was less volatility. But now that volatility is higher, it's a little bit easier. But when there was less volatility, it was extremely hard to do. So that's why I took all $5,000. I put it into a Netflix pre-earnings because volatility was low, and it was very hard. Like most of the stocks weren't even moving 1% a day. They're moving like 0.5% a day. And you're like, well, how do I trade and get without trading penny stocks and stuff like that? So I traded earnings. What was the oil stock you guys were talking about? UCO. So if you guys are looking to trade some, I mean, it ripped up pretty high. Might want to grab some calls in here. UCO on look it up. So it's bouncing back quite a bit. It closed at 26.53. After hours, it hit 27, but it's down a little bit right now. So oil, if we're looking at oil, I mean, it's relatively flat. It's pulled back a little bit, but as summer is here and things reopen, I mean, I'm thinking oil, probably going to come back up to 50. I lost. Tasty Works was up 180. My major trade crashed, hit and miss after that, but timing was not quite right. Ended up $10 under. Sorry to hear, man. What's the resistance at the top for Zoom? I don't think there's any resistance right now, man. I mean, we're up here. I mean, it's at 212 right now. There's really, I mean, there's no cap. There's no cap. Sure, it could squeeze hard. But I don't know how many people are going to short this. I mean, we can see what the short interest is. We can check with our friend the stock bot here. We can check. So short interest flow is at 9.47% on stock bot. So there's a little bit of short interest in there. So just be careful. Yeah, oil will go back. Question is when. I mean, hopefully soon. But things are still shut down a little bit in the Chicago area due to the riots. So we had to shut things down again. But I think things are gonna be reopening relatively soon. Yeah. So Slack has earnings tomorrow. So I'm gonna be looking at this. It's approaching up here. 52-week highs, all-time highs, 52-week highs up in here. Right now it's coming back to where it opened at a year ago. It's at 38, 39 bucks right now. So it's coming up on resistance here. I mean, it's been nothing but downhill for Slack since this time. And it's coming back. So I don't know how much I trust this, because their main competitor, like we discussed yesterday, Microsoft Teams is their main competitor. So I don't know how much I trust that. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm still evaluating the big earnings that I wanted to trade was Zoom and probably DocuSign. DocuSign, I want to, let's see what works. Premium. So implied volatility up relatively high, 172% this week. Next week, 115%. So that's pretty big. It's pretty big. DocuSign as well. DocuSign is looking a lot better. We can remove this alert from when I was trading yesterday. DocuSign is looking a lot better. I might try to day trade DocuSign again, and Zoom, looking for a trade in there for a day trade after I get out of my Zoom position. I mean, it's just been nothing but up. I mean, I would like to see a pullback to like the 130 area, but I don't know. I don't think we're gonna get it. Still holding VXX calls, saw on it if we cut losses. The thing with VXX that I've realized trading VXX and having it, and I was using I was using VXX as mainly like a hedge, right? And I used it as a tool against my other positions, and it worked out relatively well. Now the thing is, when I place a VXX position, I buy it in the anticipation that it's going to go to zero. I don't buy VXX as like an investment or a portfolio builder. You know, I'm not I'm not I'm not I'm not looking to I'm not looking to. Well, that was really loud. All right, hold on a second. We got okay, it's up. Hold on, I got some my zoom position. Let me out. So it's a little crazy at open here. Trying to get out of here. Hold on a second. Trying to get out. All right, so it all felt kind of weird, but did I get out? Okay. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's the deal with Zoom. Sorry, it felt real weird. Felt real real. I think Tastyworks. I think Tastyworks split that. Okay, so let me just cover my Zoom position real quick. So Zoom, I got a $20 credit yesterday for my position. Just bought it back at 14. Zoom relatively flat, only up $2. So we make 634 bucks at open here. So it looks like we're getting some money back on Grub, which is nice. We're getting some money back on Disney, down a couple bucks on DKNG, but that's a nice easy trade. Oh man, Apple's crashing right now. That was a nice easy trade, really low risk. I mean, I guess I did risk 900 bucks, 960 bucks. So I guess for most people that was high risk, but the range was relatively wide. So I think that was a good deal. I mean, I probably could have waited, but you don't know. With Zoom, you know, I could have wound down those options, but I was up quite a bit on that trade and it just went nuts. You know, it really sucked that premium out. I mean, if you're looking here, I mean, premium just got smashed hard. I mean, look at this. Look at this right now. So at the money, down 54, even in the money, these are down 40%, 47%, 42%. I mean, they're just sucking the premium right out of here. So that was a great earnings trade. That was a great earnings trade. Yeah, I'll talk about VXX in a second. Sorry, I wanted to get out of that position because I didn't want to leave 600 bucks on the table for Zoom. But that was nice. Nice way to start your day. But you're looking here, and that's why people ask me, like, why do you sell premium for earnings? And this is why, because it's lower risk and you could take advantage. I mean, this got crushed hard. See here, there was that on. They haven't said these were like 180%. These got crushed down. They lost like 80% in value, so they're down to 103%. These were 180% yesterday. It came down to 103% implied volatility. Man, I didn't think they were going to crush it that fast, and they did. I thought I was going to have to wait like 45 minutes or something, and they just went for the buyers' throats. Man, I mean, I'm glad I was on the winning side of that, but it's also at the same time kind of hurtful because you're like, man, the guy that bought those calls or those puts, they are hurting today. Like, I know what it feels like to be that guy. I mean, I guess he got himself into his own mess, but that's hurtful. Right at open, your entire investment is down 50 to 40% just overnight because it's only up 64 cents. 45 cents now. Apple's kind of getting a little wild here. S&Ps are moving up. Apple's getting a little stuck here on some resistance here if we're looking at Apple. So Apple, I've been kind of watching, like, what's going to happen here on Apple. So I want to trade Apple. And I'm watching SPY, and like we've been going over, like SPY, I'm looking at 310, 312 area. Right now, SPY is at 310.75. So right now, I'm being very cautious. I'm not getting myself into that many trades because if we have a big rejection here, it's gonna hurt if you're long. It's gonna hurt. So if we have a big rejection here, it's gonna get hurt. But the one thing that you can see here also, implied volatility for Apple. We're getting, the range is getting real tight. We're not getting much movement intraday, and you can see here that implied volatility is getting crushed, which is good because we're gonna get some cheaper options here. So that's good. So Matt, VXX calls. I anticipate VXX when I'm trading VXX that call that I buy is going to go to zero. I don't try to force VXX into making money for my portfolio. And what happens a lot of times is you'll see something like this, like VXX is just going straight down. And I've had this, and what I do is I just hold them until expiration. And maybe I'm dumb for this strategy or not, but this is just how I trade them. But I pretty much just hold them because what happens or what could happen is right now volatility is low, and VXX you can't really do any technical analysis on. VIX you can't do any technical analysis on. You can see that we're in a downtrend here. However, you can see like at 31 we are due for a bounce. But the question is, what made it go up at that point in time? A lot of it is news driven. So right now we're in a little bit of hot water with China. We're in a little bit of hot water with the riots, and at any given time this could easily like spike up to 34 very relatively easily, like really easily. If you're looking at the past, this went from 33 up to like 35 the other day, just pre-market came back down. It could spike relatively easily, so you can't. Yes, it hurts when it's just slowly grinding down and you're at 50 delta, 40 delta, and just getting eaten away, right? But when it moves to the upside, it moves extremely fast. So that's the thing. You just have to, if it's something that you believe in and you think that volatility is going to kick up, hang on. And that's really all you can do. It's a dangerous, and it is kind of gut wrenching to trade VXX. So if that's something that you want to get involved in, then go for it. But if it's not, then don't. So you just kind of have to know that going into VXX. Now SPY. Okay, SPY we're at. Okay, it hit 310.86. So here, this is where I'm watching right now. It gapped up. This is the danger area. So we've entered the danger area right now. It's currently getting rejected. SPY's up $2 right now. So we'll see what happens if this is going to try to recover, or if we're going to get rejected in this area. So right now, the bulls are in control, but we've been having relatively low volume. If volume kicks in, it could be trouble. It could be trouble. Not trying to scare you or anything, but all right. What other stocks you guys want to look at here? I pretty much covered everything. We got out of Zuma Live. Disney's popping back up here a little bit. Disney hit 120 area. Hit 120 at open. Looks like it wants to go back up. DKNG is down $1. DKNG is down $1, but it's just coming back down to where support is here, so that doesn't look terrible. Carl, do not. This is all that I have right now. This is all that I have going on right now. I haven't traded Visa in quite some time. I was making some pretty good money on it when the financials were selling off and things were going well with Visa, but I haven't traded that. This is all that I have going on right now. So my only open trades right now, I have Grub, DKNG, and Disney, which are all down a little bit here. So that is what I currently have. Tobin, I don't know. The thing is, the market hasn't been reacting to bad news. Yo, Daniel, nice job, man. Nice job. Nice job. Yeah, Zoom was a home run there. Zoom was definitely a home run. Yeah, I'm just saying, like when I'm thinking, like I'm just saying, Tobin, when I'm looking at the market right now, and we have all these things going on in the world, and the market is not reacting. I feel like the market is extremely disconnected, more so than it ever has been before. And that's probably because the Fed's been just like kind of pumping, and people are using the Fed as a backstop. And when reality hits, it's not a question of if reality would hit, it's when. It's when. It could be this week. It could be 5 years from now. It'd be like, man, what we did, we could be sitting in 2025 and be like, bro, what were we doing in 2020? Things are a disaster right now. So when I just say that, I just don't know when things are going to get rough. I'm not saying I'm bearish. Right now, I'm just kind of neutral. I'm just kind of sitting, trying to see what happens. That's all. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen. If we all knew what was going to happen, I would definitely tell you, but I don't. Yeah, Facebook. I mean, tech seems Microsoft, Nvidia. Oh, Netflix took a dump. 530. But yeah, Facebook selling off a bit here. But I mean, looking at their chart, you can't even tell right now that it's down 1%, right? I mean, it's just crazy. Financials are up a little bit. You know, we got Goldman Sachs. Up 208, up to 208. It's up $3. Bank of America up almost 3%. JP Morgan. Financials have been doing really well. However, tech has been struggling. Netflix struggling. Nvidia kind of flat. Lyft is up huge. I don't know if you guys saw this. Where was it? Lyft yesterday. So Lyft was up huge. Lyft reports 26% growth in May. Try to refresh this. Maybe there's some more new data. Says that the ride service, Lyft said rides are still down about 70% compared a year ago. The company added that it expects its adjusted EBITDA loss for the second quarter not to exceed $325 million in average if average daily rideshare volume in June is similar to May. So, you know, they had better than expected news. So that's what's pushing Lyft. Uber's kind of benefiting as well, but not as much. But Lyft is definitely taking off on that news. It's coming up here. I'm going to see what happens. I'm actually going to set an alert here for 35 just to kind of see what happens. See what happens. So I'm gonna create an alert for Lyft. See what happens here. AVGO's on the move. Yeah, so they have earnings tomorrow. And I don't know why these stocks are ripping so hard before earnings. Like, it's amazing. Like, all of these stocks are just ripping so hard before earnings. What's their implied volatility at? Their implied volatility, I don't know if I want to sell premium in there. It's kind of low. Yeah, AVGO, I mean, expected move is $16 for the next couple days. I mean, it's kind of a lot. And implied volatility is low. I think I would trade Slack and DocuSign. Alex spy calls. I don't know. I don't know. I just said right now I'm just watching, and like I'm looking for a good setup. I mean, I just made $600, so I'm not looking to lose money today because I'm already up quite a bit. So I'm looking to see what's going to happen. And like I said before, right now on SPY, I want to see what happens right here at 310, 312 area. If we're going to hold on or if we're going to get rejected and pull back down to 300. I think it would be healthy for it to pull back to 300, 295 and then push back up. But market doesn't really care what I think. And market doesn't necessarily care about being healthy either. So so it's going to do what it's going to do, as always. Apple's pushing back up here. I mean, it had a pretty strong sell-off, $3 sell-off. Now it's pushing back green. Nvidia's back to green. Roku's down $3. Roku, actually get rid of this. Roku has been like, Roku always looks like this, like, it just always looks sick. You know, it always looks like it's doing bad. But then it has these enormous, like then you try to short it and it has these enormous rips. So I've learned just to kind of go. I've learned that you kind of have to just go with it and just trade the direction that's moving that day and then get out. Down 200 on DKNG. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the DKNG sells off a little bit more. I mean, it's down 4%. If it can come down more, that would be good. I mean, for my position, I mean, I'm going to be losing money here on DKNG. Right now on DKNG, I'm down 73 bucks. But I can average down because I'm in July. I'm in July expiration on DKNG already, so I'm gonna see what happens. You know, I would actually like it to come back down to 35 and for it back up to 45. That would be nice, right? But what I could do on DKNG as well, what I can do, let me show you what I can do. So I did put, so for DKNG, I put on a debit spread. I put on a debit spread here. I'm down $175 on the call, the 45 call. However, I'm up 104 on the $60 call. So I'm up 47% on this. What I can do is I could buy this call back, make the $100, which I actually might do, depending on how things go here. I can make the $100, and then when it spikes up, I can sell it again. Because it means it's only at $1. Or I can roll to get some more premium. I can roll it down to the 55, get some more premium. So you can, like, people think with debit spreads you're just buying premium, but you can keep making money shorting premium if it goes against you. You know, like that's something that I could do right now. I could buy this back, make the $100, and then when it spikes up, short the call again, make some more money. Might be a good idea. Kind of like that idea. Actually, we'll see what happens. Make the $100, roll it back up. We'll see what happens with DKNG. Maybe it'll come down a little bit more. But it's looking like it wants to hold on to. It looks like it wants to hold on to 40. If it looks like it's holding on to 40, I'll probably buy back that 60 call, and then if it can spike back up to 43 or so, I'll start shorting it again. Shorten some calls again. So we'll see. But right now I am long on DKNG. I'm down 24% overall. But McDonald's is doing well. Man, really well. How it's coming up on resistance here, so I wouldn't be surprised if it got rejected. Same with like Grub yesterday. I said this yesterday. I am long Grub, but it's up at resistance here. Really needs a catalyst to push it forward. If there's no catalyst, it's going to be in trouble. Same with McDonald's. Basketball coming back at the end of July. That would be nice. So yeah, it looks like DKNG is not going to be holding on. So I think I might buy back that 60 call. kind of rinse and repeat. Keep it going. Keep the money flow going. So I'm going to pop off here, guys. I will be in the Discord on Facebook. What resistance is McDonald's at? Okay, real quick before I pop off here. Real quick. Resistance is at 190, and it's at like 190.64 right now. So just be careful. You guys all have a great day. Stay safe. Stay green. It's us versus herd.